Well, hi everyone. Today we had planned to talk about our trip to the BVIs, which is in April.
Yeah.
And ironically, we are in the middle of a major snowstorm in Seattle.
It seems fitting to be talking about the Caribbean.
Yeah. And ironically, 2 years ago, exactly this week, if you go back to one of our very first videos,
see the link below.
We made an announcement that we had bought our Bayliner 4087. So, as you know, we sold that boat, and so we have a big trip coming up. You want to know how much snow we have in Seattle, though? Check this out. We have a lot.
It's about 10 inches here on the deck. Normally you'd be able to see the Space Needle and
which is
the
right
city right
us.
behind us, but you can't see that today either. So,
I'm Scott, and this is Allie, and we live in Seattle. Over the last several years, we've owned and operated 2 boats in the Pacific Northwest. And now we're on our search for our liveaboard cruiser. So hit the subscribe button now to come along with us on our boating journey and see where it leads.
So our trip was planned in 2019. It's a bareboat charter with the Moorings. For the BVIs, it's a 5-night, 6-day-ish. Obviously, due to the pandemic, we had to move it, and we moved it to February. We were actually one of the first trips to be canceled due to the pandemic because it was supposed to be this last March 2020.
March of 2020, so a year ago. Yep.
So we moved it to February, which is this month that we're in.
Thinking that would be safe, you know, almost a year later.
Yeah.
You know.
And back in October, when the island started opening up, they actually had some pretty strict restrictions. You have to have a COVID test before you leave.
Yep.
When you land,
Right.
you have to quarantine for 4 days. You have to have another test.
Don't you have to wear like a
You have
monitoring bracelet and that kind of thing?
Then the next 4 days you can go somewhere, but very, very limited.
Yeah.
You are very strict.
Only approved anchorages and moorages.
So we thought, well, we can maybe do it. The problem is our flight flies into St. Thomas, and the ports on the water are closed.
Yeah, all the ferry ports.
So
Seaports.
we had moved it to April, and we decided last week with our friends Ben and Maria to just move it again.
Yeah.
So we are now officially in February of next year. And but the great news is we have decided to keep the trip because we already have flights. So we are going to make this a very long trip. It's about 10 days. We are on St. Thomas, and we go to St. Croix, and then we go to St. John.
Yep.
What we need your help is ironically, we have been to a lot of Caribbean islands.
Yeah.
We've been to Antigua, Jamaica, the Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Dominica. We just recently did a
St. Martin, or did you say
we
that?
did St. Martin.
Okay.
We did a Star Clipper cruise, see the link below, which was fantastic. It went through the Leeward Islands, but we've never been to the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to make sure that during those 10 days, we get some boating trips in. So if you have any advice, when we did some research, there's thousands of charter companies. So we definitely want to maybe do a sailing trip, maybe do an eco kayaking trip. We're not divers, but we do like to go snorkeling.
Yep.
So if you have any recommendations, please leave your comments down below, because we want to get some. We've been on some bad ones too, and we want to really make this a boating trip since it was supposed to be a boating trip, and it didn't turn out that way.
Right.
So we are going to spend some time by the pool and the beach as well, but we're really more for the adventure.
What, and leave this? A pool and a beach when you can have, hey, this is like the whitest sand you can possibly have. White sand here in Seattle.
It's cold. We have to walk to the grocery store right now and go get our dinner. Ugh. So that's our update, and we are disappointed, but we're going to have a fantastic trip, and we're going to bring you along for that journey. But we are looking, for your for your tips
Getting sand in our eyes.
and advice for that trip. And we leave the 3rd week of April. So tune in next week. We take you on a tour, finally, of a Bayliner 4788. It's not one of our official tours because it was a little impromptu.
Right.
And we had the broker with us, but everyone's been saying go tour one. We finally did.
Yeah, we'll give you our thoughts on that.
And so tune in next week for a tour of that.
Yep. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make your comments down below.
Yep. Ring the little bell.
Yep.
And thank you to everyone who is following us. We finally reached 2,000 subscribers, and that to us is a huge thing.
Yep.
So thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Bye, everyone.
See you soon.